Hi, and welcome to this session where I would like to take you through our new program, the Childcare Centre's Time and Team Development Programs. This is an online program that we have developed specifically for childcare centres to make the training affordable. When we look at training, especially in childcare centres, the two main areas of training the direct child-related skills training, the things like Cert 3, the Cert 4 diploma, bachelor, first aid, observation, planning, journals, all of those areas that our team need to be trained specifically in the childcare side of things within our centre. The personal work or general work skills that we need, our leadership and our business skills. These include things like our attitude towards our work, working together with other people, our people management skills if we're in a leadership role, marketing if we're a centre owner or director and we have to market the centre, and various other skills that are required just for day-to-day employment. Our focus at the Time Retriever is on this second area, the personal work, leadership and business skills. And what I'm wanting to take you through is the program that we have developed for childcare in this area of skills development. Now, the four biggest problems with training that we've found in working with childcare centres is one, finding the time to do the training. Can you do it during the day? After close on a work day? On the weekends? Or do we send a couple of people off site and hopefully they come back and tell the others what they learned? The second one is getting all of the team together. They're pretty tired at the end of the day, although that can be a benefit to learning. We have people off sick, have people on leave. Some just don't want to come to the training. I don't see why it's for me. Or, again, we can send a couple off site and hopefully they come back and help train the others. The cost of training is the third area. We know that for an in-service session, just for one, it can be $500 plus for a 2 to 3 hour session. Or we're going to be spending $80 to thousands of dollars per person if we send people off site. And the fourth one is location. Are we based in the city where it can be easier to get some training? Are we in a regional area where it's a little bit harder to access some of the retraining we want? Or in a country or remote location where we struggle to get some of the training. I know working with centres where we've travelled anywhere from Adelaide right around Melbourne through Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland up to as far as Port Douglas. We're based here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. And we've travelled out to places like Cunnamulla and Griffith and country areas. And one of the biggest problems we find in talking to centre owners is the fact that in those areas, it's hard to get people to come out and do the training. And there's also generally a high cost for anyone that does come out to do it. But what if? What if you could provide the training anytime you want? During the day, after close on a work day, weekends, in your team meetings, be able to run some sessions during your team meetings. Your professional development days, where we've seen centres take teams off site, especially at the beginning of the year, and might spend a couple of days looking at planning and professional development, or ad hoc, when and where you would like to do some training for your team. Provide it to all of your team members, not just one or two. Now, what we look at here is if we have a training session in our team meeting, not everyone's there, then it's up to the team members to tell the person that wasn't there. Well, what if instead of that, you do the session with your team members, and then when the ones that weren't there come in, we can get them to sit down and go through the exact same session, all of the information so as they are all on the same page as the rest of the team members. That's a much better way to do it. What if the training could only cost you $20.53 per week? And that was it. And you knew it was going to be that price no matter what it is that you do. And you could have access to any of the training that was available. 365 days a year. when and wherever you need it. And irrespective where you are located, city, remote, regional, doesn't matter what country, whether you're in Dubai or in the US, in a city in Indiana, or over in Liverpool in the United Kingdom, irrespective of where you're based, that you could access this program. My name's Peter Johnson. My clients gave me the title of the Time Retriever as a result of being able to get their time back in their day. We have a session called How to Get Twice as Much Done in a Day and Have Time Left Over. And that's the sort of things that we've achieved for our clients. Now, my background, I have 35 years of experience in management and small business. I've managed teams from 2 to over 200 team members, and also in running small businesses at national, state and local levels. Now, I've been involved in providing the support to our teams in city, country and remote locations. And when I say remote, I mean driving hours in the jungle, arriving at a hilltop where there's a hut with all these pieces of equipment being run by a generator. Now, it's also been involved in various parts of businesses: service, sales, call centres, dealer networks, disability services, and in a number of different types of industries. We have also been providing this management and small business and that support and services throughout New South Wales, Papua New Guinea, Queensland, Victoria and Australia, and also in locations around the globe. And we've had involvement in community and service clubs. The last 13 years we've been business coaching. And in that I've been working with business owners in over 158 different businesses, working either one-to-one or in group coaching, taking them through the process of developing, first of all, their time management and their ability and skills that they need to control their day, and then in the other skills of running a business, all the various skills you need, marketing and sales and recruiting, those sorts of areas. And I've also been presenting our workshops and workshops with other groups, and also speaking at many events over the years. And through those two areas, we've presented and provided the information on what we coach and skill development to thousands of people throughout Australia and overseas. Now, the last 7 years is where we've been involved in the childcare sector. And in that time, we've been coaching childcare centres, directors and managers in quite a wider range of skills: planning, time management, marketing. I say sales, we know it in childcare as tours, but there's still some key skills to learn there, so as you can maximise your tours. How to recruit quality people, leadership, systems, automation, even personal skills. There's some key personal skills in when you're running a business, that those of you who are running it and manage a business at a high level, they know the stress and the emotions and everything else that come with it. We've also been delivering our Childcare Educator Time Management workshop over the last 4 years, a purposely designed workshop. That was an in-service session. It's either 3 hours or 2 by 2 hours workshop, specifically tailored to the educators in the room. And we will be developing that into an online course over the next month to add to the program that we're just presenting to you now. We've provided marketing services to around 25 childcare centres throughout Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland. To the extent that some of the success we've had, we've seen a number of centres that we've been working with bought out by some of the larger groups, because those centres had high occupancy levels and were perceived in the areas they were in as very good quality centres. And the better your marketing, the greater the chance of that happening. We've also presented at the Australian Childcare Association conferences in Victoria, 3 of their conferences over recent years, and at their leadership weekends as well, and primarily in time management and marketing sessions. We've also presented at the Australian Childcare Alliance Queensland conference a few years ago in time management, and we've also presented at a number of conferences for some of the childcare groups that are around Australia, where groups that own quite a number of centres, and that where they have conferences each year, and we've spoken at those as well. Now, in all that, all the programs that we've been developing there are predominantly face-to-face programs. But what we've done is we've now developed our childcare centres time management and team development programs, which is a series of complete online courses, long courses and mini courses, I'll show you shortly, aimed at being able to provide the training and development that we do to childcare centres and organisations anywhere, at any time. Now, in this program, we've got the top image here is of our time management program for childcare centre owners and directors, very comprehensive program. And then we've then also now developed a series of mini courses in categories here. You can see leadership, team development, childcare centre marketing. These mini courses are aimed at making it easier for you to be able to access and provide to your teams in your meetings, in your professional development days, or ad hoc when needed. Now, if we look at the ultimate time management program for childcare centre owners and directors, here you can see there's 3 courses that make up the whole program. I'll just go into the website for this program, and if you within the actual time management and team development program, there is no purchase price. This is where it's being looked at as a standalone program. But the information here, in each of these programs, and we've got 1, 2 and 3 courses in the program. Now, I'm going to be quite frank and blunt. Time management courses, the ones I've done many over the years, the ones I still review, they set you up for failure because they take you through the process of learning how to set your plans, create your goals, plan how to achieve them, and then plan your week, plan your day, a little bit on procrastination. And then that way you arrive at work the next day and you're all fired up. You've got all this planning done, you've got your day organised and your week organised. You have a to-do list for the day, all prioritised, ready to do, but all of a sudden it's 5:30 and you've got virtually nothing done on the list. And at the end of the week, it's the same problem. You just can't get things done. It's because these time management workshops, they set you up to the extent that you've got this list of things to do today, but they have not dealt with any of the skills you need to start to take control of your day to get them done. And that's the biggest problem. You've still got all the interruptions, the distractions, which then force you to start putting things off. And it's those skills you have to develop as well. So in this 3-part program, we take you right through that whole process of developing all the skills. In part 1, as we go into part 1, you will see here the course curriculum. It takes you through that list of things that I've just mentioned that normal programs take you through. Setting your vision, creating the goals, the plans, planning your week, planning your day. That all is covered in part 1 of the program. And as you go to this page, if you click on the drop-down arrow here, it actually shows you what is in each of these modules and sessions. So the introduction, downloadable document, the lesson itself. Now if we come back to our main page here, we go into part 2. Part 2 and part 3 are where we teach you the skills that aren't taught in time management. The ones on how to stop yourself from putting things off and making sure you do that number 1 item first and get it done. The skills of communication. People aren't aware of how understanding people, how they learn, how they behave and how we communicate with them is so crucial to our time management, because the better we are at those skills, the more often we get our message across the first time and therefore reduce the interruptions and distractions in our day. So this part 2 of the program takes you through those skills development for you to be able to start to work and develop to start to take back control of your day. And then we come to part 3, and this is to do with your people management skills. And again, it's being aware of all the people management skills, the key ones that enable you to actually grow and develop your business and your team so as there's less interruption in your day from them. Are you a zookeeper? You see a title there. That's about how, instead of solving people's problems and answering their questions, that's about how you teach them to solve their own problems and answer their own questions. In the leadership area, organisation charts, managing through your team, quality, employing quality people, staff development, creating a sustainable centre. Inside each of these, there's a series of lessons that will take you through developing skills in key areas that will enable you to develop a better team, a better business, and therefore buy back more time in your day. And that's how we do it. And that's the reason why having a to-do list is a waste of time. If you do not have the rest of these skills, the to-do list, you just can't get it done. So this is a very comprehensive program. It takes you through quite a lot of skills, but over time, it's not hard, but it does take time. You will develop skills that will enable you to take back control of your day. To the extent, like I currently have a client that owns 3 childcare centres who is on 8 weeks holiday, annual leave overseas. And that's because of the skills she has developed through our programs. She used to work 7 days a week, long hours. Now she works 4 days a week and school hours, and is able to now take several weeks off each year, holidays, simply because she's learned the skills of being able to grow the centres, develop the teams, so as they have less impact on her day, they're able to get their job done properly, and she has the ability to get on and do more of the things that she should be doing in her day. So I'm just jumping out of sequence here. Let's just come back into the sequence. Now, as we say, it's a 3-part program. It's very comprehensive, and people are a little bit surprised at what the skills are you require, but working through these, you're guaranteed to be able to get time back in your day and get twice as much done and still have time left to do other things that you like to do. Now, the mini team development courses. The biggest problems with training, as we've said, finding the time, getting all of the team together, the cost, and whether or not you're in a location that you can access the training easily and affordably. These mini courses were designed to enable you to run these sessions in your team meetings. The courses each course runs anything from 15 minutes to 45 minutes. So as you plan your team meetings, whether they're monthly, fortnightly, or how often you have them, you can plan to take one of these segments and run it in the session with your team. They have facilitator guides and workbooks that you can print out and use with them that help you run through it. And they enable you to run them in the meetings, in the professional development days, or ad hoc. You identify a team member that could do with certain bit of training, and you can have them access that particular session, that particular mini course, and do that training. You can present them to the team and then also present the course to those who weren't at the session. One of the biggest things is when you have get the team together for a professional development, and we've struck that in centres, is that the team, as we talk to the owners or the directors, and they say, oh, no, most of our team's here. We've got a few that couldn't make it tonight. And sometimes they'll say, and the ones that really need it are the ones that aren't here tonight. And that can be frustrating. Well, the idea of these mini courses is that you can present them to your team in your meeting or in your professional development days, and the ones who weren't there, when they're back, you can have them go through the session, the mini course, through the whole presentation, all of the information, rather than rely on someone telling them what it was about. And that way they're all on the same page because they have seen it all. And you can have a quick chat to them afterwards as well. Just ask a few questions to confirm what they've learned and to confirm their commitment in working with the new skills or the new awareness that they've gained from these mini courses. The costing, it's one low monthly fee. It enables you to control the costing of this side of your training and development. You know that each month it costs you this, and it's less than it's just the cost of actually sending one person off site. You can do can train your whole team and have them view it anytime, whenever you want. So it gives you peace of mind that this area of development, the cost is very well controlled for you. And it's available anywhere, anytime. Whenever you need it, you can access it. And whether it's development for yourself and the leadership skills, the marketing skills and that, or whether it's for the team in a session, a team meeting session, development day, anytime you need, you can access it. Now, these mini courses, they're in 3 categories. Leadership skills development for our owners, our directors, and our room leaders, our team leaders in the centre, those people that we see that will make good future leaders, we can provide them with this leadership skill development. Our team development overall, the general principles of work skills and work environment skills. And childcare centre marketing. And we do that because of our experience in marketing, where we'll be developing courses in this area as well. Now, as I go into the page for this, our program, as I scroll down, and this is information you can look at on the page, you'll see that there's a sample course here for you to view. And you'll see there's actually 4 categories here. The time management courses that I've been through, they all show up in this category here. We've got things like our childcare centre marketing. And as we look here, there's one course here, but it's an overview course. It's a 35-minute session in which I've taken you through why the marketing you used to do for your centre isn't working today and what you need to do to actually catch up and get your marketing working properly. And then as we develop courses, we will be adding them to this program. The idea of the overview is for you to decide whether or not you're going to actually outsource your marketing or whether you're actually going to do the marketing internally still. And then our courses are going to take you through, if you plan to outsource it, how do I outsource it? Or if we're going to do it internally, okay, what are the things, the courses we need to do to actually learn how to do that marketing internally? So if we go back now, unfortunately the arrow disappears on me. If we come back to our centre, another category is leadership skills. And when we click in here, you can see the different mini courses that are here already in leadership skills that you can access to be able to take your team through various skills development in your centre. If I go into the team development mini courses, these are about the team, developing the team. Now you'll see there are some courses here that are same as what were in the leadership development program. I've done that so as you don't have to remember where they are. You can go either way because they do relate to both sides. The difference is the leadership ones will in time have more and more direct related leadership skill development, and these will have more direct related people's normal employment skills related, general skills type employment. There's one here called Above and Below the Line. I recommend that you go into that one. If I go into it, it'll quickly show us what's in this the course curriculum. As you can see, with the drop-down menu will open up and close. The course materials that you can download, the facilitator guide, the workbooks, and those sorts of things that you need to work with. And then there's the actual lesson itself. Once you've downloaded the material printed out, you then go to the lesson and learn the lesson. Above and Below the Line is a very good one for you to start with. with your team, because it deals with the attitudes of people towards their work. Where we have people that this place is run terribly. People don't know how to do things, and they have all these reasons and excuses to why they can't get things done, and that's not my fault, it's something else. Versus living above the line and taking ownership and accountability of their role and what they do, and being responsible for actually making changes to ourselves it works better. It's a very good, as I say, one to start with, because then once you've done it with the team, your simple comment to the team is, so is that living above the line or below the line? And it gets them to come above the line and the team to start to work together towards solving problems rather than just whinging about them. So that's a quick rundown on that particular lesson. It's a good one. So as you can see, each of these categories, there are a series of mini courses being developed and added to them. I'll just click out of this and go back into the presentation. We have a list here. These are just 30 of the mini course titles that we are in the process of developing and have planned to develop over the next months. Currently there's around 20 odd or more mini courses in the system already, plus the full-blown time management courses. Our aim is we will be adding one of these, at least one each week, so as we get these 30 done. And then we also have another list of another around 30 that we're actually will be focusing on building as well. The key here is, if you have any subjects that you would like us to develop a mini course around, just let us know. We'll create it and add it to the program. And as these are developed, they are constantly added to the program, and there's no more fee for you. It's once you are enrolled and you've got your monthly subscription going, as they get added, they are all accessible to you. Now, the mini Childcare time management and team development program, it's designed to help you provide time management and general personal skills development to your team. Remember, we said the two areas of training, we're focusing in that second area. It's about being able to make it easier for you to provide this training. We're focused on providing it in an affordable manner. $20.53 per week, $89 a month. It's a monthly subscription, and anyone that subscribes now, the price stays the same. It won't be increasing. It enables you to have a controlled costing of this area of your team development and training, and it allows you to have access this 365 days a year. Run them in your team meetings, your professional development days, ad hoc as and when required. The location's not a problem. Doesn't matter where you are. It could be anywhere in the world. If you've got internet access, you'll be able to access these training programs for you and your team. There's a growing library of mini courses. As you've seen, there's over 30 titles in that one list alone that are planned to be added at a rate of at least one per week. And the program itself is supported by the Time Retriever. And through phone and email access, you can send us messages with queries regarding your time management skills, developing issues you have, and we will come back to you and give you feedback and support in those areas. And the one key thing here is, and I'm a little bit blunt on this, this is backed by over 35 years of personal management and leadership experience. It's not a case of someone that's done a certificate or a diploma in something and has now qualified to actually be able to train and deliver on these programs. It is someone who's delivering and providing you their experience and expertise from 35 years of having to learn and develop these skills to actually run teams of up to 200 odd people, and on a day-to-day basis deal with people in their employment, and also working with clients who have team members and business issues over the last 13 years, where we've had to actually be able to develop their skills and get them on top of it and working through the issues and be able to do it themselves. So it's not just a piece of paper that says we can do it. It is actual personal skills development and experience of delivering the processes and managing the people. I stress on that because I do believe today we're so focused on the paper that there's not enough focus on the people's abilities to actually do it. And there is a big difference today. With the program, there's a free copy of the Time Retriever book, a digital copy, and you can provide that to any of your team members, give them copies of the digital copy. There's access to the Time Retriever online sessions, Ask the Time Retriever online sessions. We do the session on the first and third week of the month. It's we send you out an email. You can register for it on an online meeting. You can send me questions beforehand. I will deal with the questions in the session. Some people don't like talking in these sessions, so if they want to know something, it's better that they send me the information and I can then reply to it in the session. You'll also have access to the Time Retrievers group on Facebook, and that's where you're amongst fellow business and childcare centre owners and directors, where you're helping to support each other and grow each other's skills in managing your businesses, and just that general community of people that want to achieve just like you do. So this program, it basically forms a part of our original philosophy, and that was we started Time Retrievers based on the philosophy of providing business coaching and quality business coaching from a very experienced coach at affordable pricing. I'd worked with another group for a couple of years prior to starting Time Retrievers, and the rates that were being charged for the coaching were extremely high, and 75-80% of the people that we talked to could never ever see themselves paying that sort of money for coaching. And they are the people that really needed it, and that's why we said, well, how can we put this in the hands of the people that really need it? And as I say, our philosophy is to provide the quality coaching from an experienced coach at affordable pricing. So this Childcare Time Management and Team Development Program, complete online program, full time management skills development training, and a complete series of mini courses for developing leadership, time management, and just personal work-related skills. It's available for $89 per centre per month. That's $20.53 per week. No increases for early subscribers. So you have one fee to be able to provide all of this training as and when you need it. So you can enrol through this link today. Simply click on the Time Management and Team Development Program link here. In the email that you receive this in, this link is in that email. You can click on it. It'll take you to the page that you've been viewing as I've been running through some of the material, and you can find out more there, and you can subscribe to the program straight away from there and get underway with helping with the development of your team skills. Thank you. I hope we've been able to give you a good insight into this program, and that you can see that it's something that fulfills our aim of being able to allow you to provide it to your team anywhere, anytime, at a really affordable price, which makes it easier for you. Running the childcare centre is hard enough nowadays. The easier we can make it, the better. Thank you. Simply click on the links in the email and you'll be able to find out more information and be able to subscribe to the program today. Bye for now.